St Paul's Cathedral in London is regarded as one of the most famous historical buildings in the world. However, the location, Ludgate Hill in London, seemed to have been a bit unlucky for buildings. The first Christian cathedral on that site was built in 604 AD, but it burned down. The second cathedral that was built in its place was destroyed by Vikings a few hundred years later. Then a third cathedral was destroyed by fire, and it was replaced by a grand Norman structure that was completed in the 13th century. However, during the 16th century, the fourth cathedral fell into disrepair and was damaged by fire, and damaged even further during the English Civil War. And then during the 1660s, the celebrated English architect Sir Christopher Wren was commissioned to repair the cathedral. But tragedy struck again. The Great Fire of London destroyed the old St Paul's Cathedral totally in 1666. So it was literally back to the drawing board for Sir Christopher Wren, and this time he designed an absolute masterpiece that took 35 years to build and stands to this day. And from the time it was built, there's a story of how the master architect was walking around the building site one day when he observed 3 bricklayers going about their business. But there was something markedly different about the whole demeanor of one of them. And so Sir Christopher asked the first bricklayer, "What are you doing?" And he said, "I'm laying bricks so that I can feed my family." And Wren then asked the second bricklayer what he was doing, and he responded with, "I'm a bricklayer and I'm putting up this wall." Meanwhile, the third bricklayer was standing tall and working hard and fast, clearly enjoying what he was doing. And Wren then asked him the same question, and he immediately responded with pride in his voice, "I am building a cathedral." And they were all doing the same job, but their perspective on what they were doing was totally different. And it's very clear from the story that your perspective will greatly influence your attitude. So, if you're struggling with the task that you're doing, consider changing your perspective and seeing the bigger picture. In fact, the Apostle Paul, after which this great cathedral was named, gave us a great suggestion of how to do this when he said, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord, not for human masters." And so, whatever is on your to-do list today, may I encourage you to take the St. Paul's perspective and look for the bigger purpose in what you're doing, and resolve to be more than just a bricklayer. Be a cathedral builder.